Hey everybody, it's Thomas here from Thomas Fitzgerald Photography. Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to show you a new feature that they've just added to Photoshop. It's actually in the Photoshop beta and I'll show you how to get that in a minute. But this is one of those things that is, not wanting to sound hyperbolic, it's kind of mind-blowing. It's like something you'd see in a sci-fi movie, and rather than dance around and try and explain it, I'm just going to straight up show you. So what they've done is they've added the ability to take a 2D image, say for example this image I have here of this little toy car, and you can now rotate that image in full 3D, full 360. Sounds kind of mad? Let me give you a demo. So I have this car here and I just got this from iStock. I'm going to drop this onto this image of a road here. So we'll just drag and drop that here, like so. And say for example you wanted to composite this, you wanted to have your image of the toy car driving down the road. Now in this case, through traditional methods, there's no way you could do it. You'd have to like maybe make a 3D model of it and then kind of texture map onto it. But through traditional methods it would be extremely difficult. However, to get to the new rotate tool, all you have to do is go down here and in this your little contextual bar, click on the transform tool, and you can see we now have rotate object. Now obviously this is using machine learning and some of it can take a little bit of time, so you have to kind of be patient. Also this is in beta. So it does this little bit of processing and then you get this interface here, and as you can see it's already rotated the car model thingy. So now I just drag it like this and you can see we're able to rotate it as if it was a 3D object. It's like, and then let me just move this over here. I can rotate it back a bit. And then I can rotate it down like so to kind of match the perspective of the road. You can also change the perspective by doing this. Okay, and then once you get it in the rough position that you want, you just hit done, and then it does its thing. So obviously I'm assuming this is using Adobe's Firefly AI model. Okay, so once it finalizes the image, you can see the quality is much better. So then obviously it's still not really matching the background. Now you could go ahead and tweak the colors and contrast and manually do all that. However, you can also just use this magic harmonize button, which again uses AI to blend everything together. So here is the result of using the harmonize button, and we can just pick our different ones, and yeah, that looks pretty good. All things considered, considering this is where we started with, and this is where we ended up. And you can see it's even managed to maintain some of the kind of artifacts in the toy. You can see there's like a bit of a crease here. And if I go back over, you can still see the crease here. Now, is it perfect? No, but again, it is still beta. And if we zoom in to 100%, you can see the quality is actually not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad considering. Again, we can try the different ones, but again remember this was a model of a car. It was like a cheap toy model, so yeah, so that's pretty good. So that's just one example. Let me give you a more complicated one. So if I go over here, we have our little Maneki Neko cat doll, and say for example I wanted to put that here between these two sushi plates in the sushi image. Not stereotype at all. So let me just drag this over and we'll plonk it down here. So as you can see, again, this is one of those things, there's no real way you could manipulate this into the correct perspective to match it normally. So once again, we'll go down here to our transform tools and we'll hit rotate object and let it do its thing again. Okay, so now this one's a little trickier because the perspective is a bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it around this axis first. We get it roughly in the right position, and then we'll do this. Okay, I'm not going to get this exact. I mean, I could if I spent longer, but you'd all be bored. Okay, so we'll just get it roughly in the position like so, and that's not bad. And then we just hit done, and let it do its thing. Calculating, calculating. Okay, so there we have it, and that's not bad, but again, we would need to blend it in a bit better. So once more, let's hit the old harmonize button. And again, we can pick our different variations, and I think this middle one is actually not bad. The only thing I would say is the drop shadows kind of makes it look like it's sitting off the ground. you could probably remove that and then add a drop shadow yourself. But this will save you hours of work, and in some cases it'll allow you to do things that would have been impossible. I'm normally pretty skeptical about AI, I have to say, and I think the whole AI slop thing is really, really annoying. However, tools like this that actually let you be a creative and actually help you with your work are great and will save literally hours of work. And this kind of thing comes up all the time in commercial work. If you're doing ads or like a brochure or something, and it might not be something that's so much that photographers have to deal with, but it's definitely something that designers and compositors and photo editors will have to deal with. And yeah, kudos to Adobe. I saw demos of this and I said, there's no way that works as well as that does. And yeah, it does. So before I go, let me just show you how to actually get the beta version of Photoshop if you don't know already. So if you open up your Creative Cloud app, let me just bring this over. And all you do is, so you go to apps and then just go to beta, and then you can see all the versions, all the beta versions that are available, and just click it and install. And that's all you have to do. Okay, so I hope you found this interesting. If you do, please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. See ya.